Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft Amplified server. It's good to be back here. Do you know what? I had an absolute fantastic time last episode hanging out with Zul'jin, Slip and False over there in Zul'jin's castle. Man, that thing is amazing. I love visiting that place, and right now I'm just in the mood. I'm inspired for a little bit of Minecraft, and it's good because we got things that we need to do over here. Now I don't have much of a game plan at the moment, but I do know a few of the things that we need to do for this. We first of all need to give it a sort of name and a sign, second of all an entrance, and third of all an exit system down the bottom. And I'll probably do those in reverse order actually. So down the bottom here you can see we've left over some cobblestone from where we've been playing, but there's plenty of space around for us to do something for what happens when the players fall down. Now when I first pictured this in my mind, I pictured a load of water streams down the bottom leading into hoppers to pick up all of the slime blocks, but since playing it I've realised that most of them actually end up at the top there, because by the time the game's over you're only ever going to have a few slime balls or slime blocks removed from the bottom. So we're going to add some streams and water anyway, although not too many slime blocks themselves will actually fall down into this area. But I'm in the mood for a little bit of aesthetic building, and I think it would be nice to build some wall designs. So we're probably going to make this a fair bit of a drop down. Maybe we'll go down by like 10 or 12 blocks. And do I have my shovel on me? No. I wanted to do a little bit of digging. And do you know what? I never do like digging and stuff on camera. It's always just talking. And like the one time I want to go and dig, and I don't have my shovel on me. Now, is there an ender chest in this area? And by the way, it's now daytime. We can look at this in the day. It looks really cool in the day. At night, it looks a little bit odd. And I think if we put light sources on this thing, it's going to look even worse. So I might leave this as a sort of unlit project in the area. And where would the nearest ender chest be? My ender chest, by the way, it's always full up with things. I tend to try and keep like one of every type of useful thing in here. You know, some diamonds, some picks, redstone, glowstone, lapis, gold, iron, wool, wood, you know, books. We've even got a name tag, some slimes, just in case we need sticky bits. You know, a little bit of everything. Yet, even with this tactic, I'm forever taking trips back and forth. Let's pick up our own ender chest. Let's also dump off some junk into this chest right here. We've got loads of these chests lying around. It's no problem. I know my inventory is going to fill up pretty quickly. So while we head back over there, I just want to say I've been in a terrific mood lately. City Skylines is a really amazing game, and I love the fact that there's another cool game to play at the moment besides Minecraft. I've been really enjoying making those videos, but what I've been thinking about it is so cool is maybe not the like management tycoon side of things, but actually the visuals. Some of the like best things about it are the way that when you're building a city you can really give it its own unique look compared to other things. And that reminds me of Minecraft a lot, you know. You can build a farm to do an objective, but then you can make it look pretty, and there's a whole bunch of different ways that you can actually go about playing the game. And City Skylines is starting to feel like that a little bit, especially with all these custom assets coming in. You can download like parks and all kinds of cool things, and you can lay out the roads in your own way and really give like the city its own bit of character. And so I've been absolutely loving that, and I love games where you get to be creative and express yourself. So I've really been enjoying that lately, and I just felt like letting you know. And I also wanted to let you know I'm not giving up on Minecraft in the slightest. I've had a few comments. I think I mentioned this in a previous video. I've had a few comments saying like, where's Hermitcraft? Oh, all you're doing is City Skylines. And it's interesting because I upload City Skylines on a daily basis, and so you see it really frequently, but actually I haven't stopped uploading like Hermitcraft at all. I've been uploading in the same 3 episodes a week frequency for months now, and I'm going to continue doing that even though we're doing City Skylines. And it's just kind of interesting how you know, the human mind works in some ways, because you see something a lot and then it makes you think you're seeing less of something else, whereas actually I've been uploading the exact same amount. And I've been doing some more collaborative stuff lately as well. Do you know, I really enjoy playing with the others, and it's so easy for me when it comes to thinking, right, what are we doing on Hermitcraft? What's the plan for the week? To make up a load of plans by myself. And lately I've been thinking, hey, let's try and include other people. When something comes up, let's, you know, invite someone along and do something together. And I've just had loads of really cool adventures lately, and it's just been awesome. And be sure to go to hermitcraft.com as well and check out what other people are up to, because it's not just me. There's the whole Kill the Doc challenge, and I was watching the video of that where he met up with Mumbo and Tango and Impulse, and that was all just really kind of like inspiring. That's what I like, when we get together and do cool things together and have a good time. And so there's just a lot going on here all the time, it feels. Alright, so we filled up our inventory with plenty of dirt. We can throw that boat away, and I think I need to set down some chests and start getting prepared. But you can see what we're doing here. We're going to dig down, going to go down by about maybe 10 or 12 blocks or so. Maybe I'll set up a beacon to make digging a little bit easier. You know, haste is a lifesaver really. So probably going to do that. And, oh, we're getting speed. Is that from that one? Yes, that one is still activated. Okay, so that one can't do haste, by the way. It's only a small beacon. Might have been a good idea to actually put some other effects on there so you got some options. And I got a chest over here, that's good. Right, so I'll sort out my inventory and I'll finish up this dig and I'll bring you back in when it's done. Mumbo's in the area, I'm feeling mischievous. I've got an anvil on me. I just thought, hey, what can we try? Can we do it? Hey, does he see the anvil? Let's see if we can get him on his way out. Actually, I'm going to place a block right here while he's looking at me. And another one right there. And then, boom! Oh, he knew what I was up to. He knew. Oh, so close yet, but you could probably see it in my hand. Oh, he's building a little station down here. Spoiler alert, let's get out of here. Alright, is that just the ugliest thing that you've ever seen? This is literally what I pictured in my mind. Random green blocks, also with some whiter ones as well. These are all the clay ones. And when I came over here and put the two together, they look horrible. And I also threw down some of this as well, and that just kind of makes it look worse. So that's a complete disaster, not going to go with that. Then I came up with this pattern over here, and then I started to feel like, do you know what? Whatever pattern we're going to come up with down here, when you're working with flat walls, sometimes you just need something simple and straightforward. It feels like often I try and get to somewhere, you know, where it's like going to be, wow, that's amazing, but maybe that's not really possible with a flat wall. So I'm probably just going to, you know, do some stuff off camera until I figure out something that I really like. You know, just try a few different patterns and things like that, and then finish doing all of this. So we still have a little bit of digging to do, but I was just surprised at how ugly that looked, and I wanted to show you. I really thought it would look cool in my mind, having all of the random blocks, but yeah, straight away it became pretty obvious it's not that nice. Aha, that's more like it. That's the kind of room we need for a completely pointless drop down into the water. It didn't need to be this big, did it? But I like doing a little bit of digging, and I think this thing looks pretty cool. So it's pretty self-explanatory what's going on right here. I don't think I need to go over it in detail, but what I really like, what I really think makes this room work, is the way that we have the green up the top, going around the top like that, and how I've extended it here on the sides as a border for the wall, which is now one block further back. That's what I think makes this work, and I think for the next bit, what we want to do is follow what we've got on the top there and have a green trim in the corner here. Now, unfortunately, I don't have enough on me to finish this, so I'm going to have to go get some more blocks, but it'll be something along the lines of this on the ground as well, and that will tie the entire room together, I think. Already you can kind of see that 3D effect coming out with it at the bottom, which is really cool. So there was one thing that I was thinking, and that is, where is the water going to go? We're not going to put it on the edge of the wall right here. We're actually going to put it on this bit right here, and so blocks might be able to fall down and land on the edge here. However, I think the likelihood of that happening is a little bit low, because if you look here, because of the border that we have, the slime blocks are actually all the way over here, so they might fall into this block, and probably more unlikely for them to fall over here. And if they do, it'll probably just be the occasional block, and a player will come down here anyway. And so for that reason, we're not going to worry about the probability of slime blocks landing on the edge here and despawning. It's fine, don't worry about it. So what we'll do down here is have the water going across to the middle. So it would be nice if I had some dirt so I could pick it up nice and easy. In fact, let's use this so we can instant mine it back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. On that side, and on this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they overlap in the middle a little bit. I was actually expecting this to be smaller. I don't know why, because I know that that area where the slime blocks is 12 by 12. So somehow I'm going to have to make these water streams work so we can sort of funnel them into a single row of hoppers, or maybe two, because this thing is an even amount wide. And yeah, that block of glowstone is still there. Let's break that thing. In fact, let's use the silk touch. I know someone will complain, even though we have these things in mass quantities thanks to the witch farm. And now I need to go and grab some materials in order to do the water streams. And I think, if I remember correctly, this would be the way out. I've kind of filled in the area behind these walls with some dirt. So, yep, that's it right there. That's awesome. Let's just hop across here. So you can see it's been filled in. So all the way behind those walls now, all of that's been filled in with dirt, which is pretty cool. We'll do a little bit of terraforming behind here eventually. But there you go, nice progress. So the next step is to put in the water and the hoppers and make all of that work. Just kind of occurred to me that a lot of what we're doing here is massively pointless. We could do things in a very simple way, But because I'm having fun, it doesn't really bother me at all. So put down some sea lanterns here in the middle and some iron blocks to lead all of the water into the centre. And then down there we've got some signs, and that's because we're going to put a little room down the bottom here. Now I think I want to make this room look pretty cool as well. This is going to be a walkway out of this place, so we'll walk in one direction, then there'll be like a ladder up to the surface where we can put a little bit of an entrance slash signs thing. We also need to build like a ladder to go up top and get into this thing that doesn't look silly. So that's another thing we've got to do. We'll hook it up to this. But I'm thinking at the moment what I might do is lower down these hoppers. Now what they're doing is pointing into the blocks on the side, these ones right here that I've just broken. And what we're going to do is just put droppers there, and they're going to face up into the chest. And then with a little bit of redstone, what we'll do is detect that there's items in there. We'll then power a block next to the dropper, so every time there's an item in there, it'll get moved up into the chest. And then that way, as soon as you land, there's hoppers below you. Probably put some carpets on these, and then you can grab the slime blocks from either side with these two chests. Or maybe we'll just have it on one side, actually. I guess the walkway's got to go in a direction. We could have the hoppers point into these ones, and then just have the chest on one side, and then direct the walkway in the other direction. That sounds a lot nicer, actually, but I think I'm going to lower this down and make a little bit of a fancy room out of this place. I'm not too sure what I want to do exactly, but we'll do something with this. We'll make this a ceiling, and yeah, make it look good, because we're going to walk off and get out of this place and then go up to the top and play it all over again. Or more likely, after you've come down here, you're going to be picking up the slime blocks and then putting them back in. So I think I may have mentioned I wanted this room to be a little bit bigger, but then I thought about fall damage. When you fall down here, you don't take any damage at all. And yeah, I decided to do it a little bit smaller. Very nice and clean look here. I'm just wondering if all this iron is a little bit overdone, especially at the bottom. But back here we got the redstone. I wanted to show you this just so you can see how the clock works. An important thing to note here is that it powers the block next to the dispenser, because if we power it directly, then this thing's going to pick up a redstone signal from it. Although actually it wouldn't, because I then had to put a block here. So if the comparator was one block back, it would have done that. So you could actually power this directly. But anyway, that's how I decided to do it, and let's just block that up. So what I'm thinking now is that these lime stain blocks might look a little bit better on the floor here. Oh, and by the way, I'll show you this thing in action, don't worry. Let's just throw down a few blocks on there, and they'll get put into the chest, except not on this side because I've removed the block. How terribly clever of me. So this would be one of our options. The other one would be the dark prismarine, and actually I kind of like that quite a bit. And this is all that I've got, these 12 blocks are all that I've got left. And I don't think the dark prismarine will look very good down here. So let's just place a few more of those. You know what, I quite like that. I think that's what we're going to go with. So I'll change all of that over. I'm going to have to go get some more materials now. But that's about it that I've got to show you for this bit. And if we go over here, what we now need is a way to get up to the surface, and also to get up to a platform that's going to drop us into the game. So what I'm thinking here is we'll have one on either side. We'll make minecart elevators that start at the bottom, and you'll also be able to get onto them halfway. So up here we'll have like a platform, and then you can just get in the minecart elevators. So that's the sort like we did over at Lily Drop, where you just have loads of minecarts, and it should be fairly simple to assemble. It's just going to go up there, and then we'll have a platform that goes over the top of this thing. So I'm digging the hole out of here. You can see some iron blocks and pillaring up on each side. Going to make a little tube where the minecarts are. When I get to the top here, creeper blows me up, skeleton shoots me, I fall down the hole, and I die. So we're up to 48 now. Very lucky, panicked there for a moment. Very glad to see that the creeper was over on this side, because we've got that over there. But I do think that my sound is turned off. No, apparently my sound is on. Maybe I just need to turn this up a little bit, because I could not hear either of those guys. So the question now becomes, what height do we want our floor to be? And that looks quite strange, that thing over there, but you probably know what it is. This is where our minecarts come up to the surface. And what I'm thinking is, if we made this bit right here half slabs, then it would be a little bit low, because at the moment it's quite above the ground height of this. But that's not so bad. You know, we can have like a raised platform around it, and very weary of creepers and other mobs at this point right here. And I'm yet to actually test this thing yet, so let's go down. We've got ladders to stop us from falling and taking damage, which is cool. And these actually are no longer needed, so we can get rid of those. And this place is all kind of done and finished at the moment. There we go. So it looks real nice and clean down here, doesn't it? I like how this turned out. Very clean look. Very cool. These iron blocks are really great to work with. I kind of avoid them, and I think I might start using them a bit more. You know, we've got loads of them. Why not? So hold down right click, eat some rotted flesh, and very slowly head up to the top here. There we go. I think we can say that works. I want to do that one more time while I'm not holding some rotted flesh and feeling hungry. Yeah, there we go. So that works just fine, and holding down shift drops you down below. That's because you need the other minecart to get out of here. So we'll probably need... Actually, let's see if I can hold down forward. Yeah, we can jump out like that. But what you need is a second minecart somewhere. So we'll probably put that over to the side. I've got to think about this, because if this is a platform that you're going to walk up to as well, you don't really want to fall down in where the minecart is and then have to sort yourself out. So maybe what we'll do is put the minecarts on the outside and then have the next height up, maybe not directly above this. I'm really not sure, and I'm not sure I'm making that much sense, so I'll give it some thought and show you what I come up with. As I approach from over here, I can see it's not the prettiest of things. Didn't think it would look that good, but whatever, it's a platform to drop down into the middle here. So let's have a look at the side. I quite like how this looks. It's, again, not the most spectacular thing, but what we've got here is some space to put down, some signs and some instructions, etc, etc. And now we can get up and down, and there's a bit of a platform up there with slabs and glass underneath it, which I think looks alright. And then we hop up to the top, get into this one here, hold down shift, and out we go. And then we can walk onto this platform right here. And this is going to allow us to drop down in 4 different positions. So I've just actually got back from getting some more glass. Feels like I never bring enough materials with me, and I'm always taking trips, but there you go. All we've got to do is fill in this space right here, and then it will be done. And again, using some more stained glass. This stuff looks really, really nice. I love it, but nothing too interesting going on over here. So there are these 4 little drop holes. Then you can say, with the other people that you're playing with, 1, 2, 3, go, and down you go. I do have some ender pearls, that's good. Can I actually bounce right back out? I can, that is very cool. So yeah, that's the way that the game would start, and then you can go down there and have at it. So all there is to do now is that signboard. Once we've done that, we then need to create a sign for the game itself, which I'm going to call Jello Spleef. So I just need to figure out a place to put it. And actually, if we think about where you're most likely going to see it from, it's going to be in this direction right here. So I'm thinking, maybe in this space right here. We've got Zul'jin's castle in the background, and where we put it is going to be important with what it contrasts with. So maybe more on the left-hand side, we'll put like Jello Spleef floating in the sky or something like that. It's turned out to be a pretty strange looking build, that's for sure, but I like it. So anyway, let's do those things. Oh my, what a mess that is. An absolute mess. And what's that over in the distance? I think that's a beacon beam. And it's going red because of the sunrise. Yes, that's what it would appear to be. And yes, this is our sign, Jello Spleef. Let's go up there and remove all of this crazy dirt. I wanted to see what it looked like while it was still there. This is all of my sort of pillaring around trying to build stuff dirt, and that's the official term for it, of course. Let's go up here and just remove all of this quickly. So these are the 2 materials I decided to go with, and this is based on, again, some stuff people were building on my creative server using this awesome font right here, and I've just added Jello on top of that. So birch and acacia, 2 nice materials that we can farm very easily because they're wood and trees and all of that stuff, which is always good. And there's not actually a lot of options when it comes to stairs, because that's what you needed to make this font work. You need some stair blocks, so a limited amount of options, and also this thing is probably going to spawn mobs on it at night, which is not good. And this area in general could do with lighting up, and then when you do that, it means they're more likely to spawn on things like this. So you have arrows being shot at you by skeletons and stuff. Anyway, I think that appears to be the most of it. Awesome, let's go down like this and get rid of all of that. Very good stuff. So, when I measured this out, it just so happened to be 24 blocks wide, which is the exact same distance as this right here, which is nice. And I was going to put this sign at the back, and then I started to look at where the platform was, and I made a very good decision to move it to the front, because otherwise I think we would have been tearing it down. And there you go, Jello Spleef. It stands out really well. I think maybe the Jello letters could have been a little bit higher, but actually as you go further back, which is where you're probably first going to see this from, it does just about right. It's quite noisy with the hills behind it, but it does enough to stand out, I think. Jello Spleef. You can clearly see that as you approach. Yeah, it gets a little bit more readable, and then around here is where the front letters start to... Actually, they don't really merge over the back ones too much at all, because those are 1 block further behind. And they're also lined up, so these letters are in the gap between the one below. So it's all nice and evenly done. And there you go, Jello Spleef. It looks really cool. I like it a lot. And that would be the project finished, except I decided to redo the platforms up the top, which is what we're going to do in a moment. I actually went onto the server and built something a while ago, like a platform for dropping down. And I noticed that when I was doing the Jello Spleef thing, and I was like, that looks so much better. Why did I not decide to do that? So we're going to grab ourselves some coloured walls to indicate where the 4 different players can go, and then we're going to give them some proper starting pods so they can drop down into the game. So this is definitely looking a lot better. Don't know why I ruled this one out, as I'd already built it and it looked cool. But there you go, colour-coded platform, so that kind of in general just indicates where you drop down, because you don't really need to be colour-coded to play this game, but the fact that it's a common thing in games kind of points to you as to where the entrance is, which I like. So we could have made a few more changes here, like you've got the sea lanterns now in the middle and on this corner, and it doesn't quite line up on the edge here, but I thought actually I'm just going to leave it how it is. I like that there's a little bit more space on the outside. And there you go. So that's what it looks like from up here. It should be really obvious what's going on. You just walk over here and then you've got your colour-coded pods. And then from down below, I have no idea how it looks. Let's collect all of these items. And is it me or does the... Oh yes, no, there's definitely something going on here. Look at that. That looked really strange. That was X-raying through things. I'm sure of it. Oh wow, if only we hadn't picked that up. I think we've discovered something here. Let's go over in this direction. So look very carefully. Let's use the zoom key right there. We can see through the slime blocks using the dropped stained glass. And a moment ago I could have swore I could see down below, which actually I would, because the only thing between us is slime blocks, right? Yeah, so I think that sentence made a lot of sense. I say things like that a lot that don't make a lot of sense. There you go. I can see the iron from down below. And I've managed to successfully press the wrong key and move off of here. Let's just throw down a couple more. Oh, and as it leaves us, we create the image. That's so cool. Oh, you could use this for like some sort of secret puzzle, You've got to throw down blocks to see what's going on down below. That is really cool. What a nice thing to discover, just accidentally like that. So let's remove these blocks right here and pick everything up, and I think we're done here now. And from back here, the coloured platforms actually kind of add a little bit more to it. And once again, I think it's just identifying with the whole colours and games things. It really does make it look like a proper starting platform. And kind of excuses the lack of shape or detail, I like that. That turned out really good. What a great project this has been. And that is actually the last of it, I do believe. By the way, I did write down a bunch of stuff on the wall. I'm going to go over here. And I'm not going to read it because I'm in that kind of mood where... I know if I read it, I'm going to mess it up. But if you want to pause your video and read what I wrote, you can do that right now. And there you go. So over here we've got a beacon to dismantle, and we also have some materials that need moving back as well. But that, I do believe, is it. I've been rattling my brain, thinking about, is there anything else we need to do? Is there anything I need to mention? There's a lot going on Hermitcraft and around Hermitcraft, and I always feel like every episode at the end, I need to mention something, but I don't think there is actually anything to mention. So there we go. That's going to be a great source of entertainment for the future, and also I'm going to continue AFKing for more slime blocks to fill that thing right up. But that is actually it. That's the project done. So be sure to let me know what you thought about it with a comment down below. I think it turned out really great, and that is an awesome little screenshot right there. Like, so cool, doesn't it? And yeah, that's going to be it from me this episode. If you've enjoyed it, please do leave a like. Your support is always appreciated. And that'll be it from me this episode. So I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.